Hey there, it's
Hey.
Myrna and the Bulldog coming to you from New York City. We just finished celebrating our heroes of the city, our essential workers and our healthcare workers. Thank you so much for all you do. I hope you are doing well. We created this show for a variety of reasons to keep us busy and sane. Very much so.
Sanity is important.
Yes, and to bring you a little joy, a little laughter,
A break from the monotony.
of course, and escape. So I hope you enjoy the show as much as we enjoyed creating it for you. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
It's Myrna and the Bulldog in 3D from New York City.
So good to see you. Have you been okay? You're so beautiful. I never got over you. Letting you leave was my worst mistake. I tried moving on. You get in my way.
Why does it hurt so bad when you and I collide? Why'd I have to run into you right here, right now? When you look at me, I've got nowhere to hide. I'm tired of letting you go. I'm tired of the goodbyes. I can't forget about us, can't forget our love. You're the only one. Since we've been apart, you haunt my heart. You're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one.
If I could do it over again, I'd have fought for you. Please give me one more chance.
Your words can't take away this pain. I waited here for you. I waited. I waited. I can't forget about us, can't forget our love. You're the only one. Since we've been apart, you haunt my heart. You're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one. That was lovely.
That was.
Do not be fooled. We fight a lot since this quarantine.
We fight for the right to
To
quarantine.
Yeah, put these two together and make them stay indoors. It's a problem. And then with all the little rules, I was telling, we had a fight, okay, a really bad fight at a grocery store of all places. And it was because he kept freaking touching his face. And I'm like, why are you wearing a mask if you're going to touch your face all over the place? It was terrible. Oh, not that kind of touching your face. That's your past, not here. Don't bring it in here.
Pat.
But so we got into this argument and I was just so frustrated and I walked out and I'm running ahead and he's like, stop. And I'm like, no, it was like a big drama. We should have filmed it. It was like a movie. And he called my brother to calm us down and he's like, y'all just settle. He goes, maybe it's, think about it. You really love each other. And when I started thinking about it, I was like, the reason I got so mad was because I love him and I don't want him to get sick. I was worried and I didn't want him to touch his face and get the COVID and then I would get it and then, you know, it'd be terrible. Oh, whatever. Trying to make points. I don't think so. Anyway. All right. So let's talk about our next song we want to do. Tell us about it.
It's probably the best song ever written in the history of the world.
All right.
It's called King of Loneliness.
So fitting right now.
A fragile rain breaks on my window pane, washing away the day with its downpour. I stand back to my world of white rays and blacks, colored by the fears I can't ignore. How much longer will I be stranded in this place? How long will I be damned from above? All I found is loneliness that even God can erase. Will I ever find love? Through my years, I've been ruled by a rain of tears. My heart is bound with unbreakable chains. I sit alone on my throne of cold dark stone. This is how the King of Loneliness reigns. This is how the King of Loneliness reigns. Longer will I be stranded in this place? How long will I be damned from above? All I found in loneliness that even God can erase. Will I ever find love? Will I ever find love? Will I ever find love?
Wait a minute.
Perfecto.
Yes, it is. All right. I like that song. He said it was the last lonely song he ever wrote until he
True.
met me.
No, wait a minute.
Liar.
That would mean I would write more lonely songs after I met you.
What? I'm confused.
I said that's the last lonely song I ever wrote, and then until I met you.
Then you didn't write lonely songs.
Well, that's what I say.
Oh, Lord, this is so confusing. Who's up first? All right, let's
Well,
move on.
It used to be
Let's
Luke
move
Voigt.
on. Let's do this song about love and betrayal. Oh, amor sincero. This is my song.
Tell us about this song.
Okay, yeah. So this song was inspired by a movie called Blue Angel, which is an old classics movie with Marlene Dietrich. She plays this gorgeous, sexy singer in a burlesque show. And the professor comes to see her and falls in love with her immediately. And he's drawn to her and he wants her. And he quits his job and he goes and he follows her in this burlesque show. And he runs out of money, so he has to become a clown. A clown in the burlesque show, right? So he's following around, and so he's out of money now, and Marlene Dietrich is
Did
like...
he have a little car?
Can I tell my story? Hello. So he ends up I don't want to tell you the end, but it's horrible. And if you want to cry, watch it. So I'm going to channel my Marlena Dietrich right now, if it's okay with you. Let's do this. It's called Amor Sincero. Falling in love again, never wanted to. Falling in love again, what am I to do? A smoke break. Oh, these people. Men cluster to me like moths around a flame. And if their wings get burned, then you hear that? You know I'm not to blame. Falling in love again. I must prepare my instrument. Never wanted to. 2, 3, 4. Cuando baja el sol es cuando te quiero. Sabes que mi amor siempre fue sincero. Eres para mí como un dulce escape. No dudes de mí. Déjame amarte ya. Ay, amor, sabes que te quiero. Mi amor siempre fue sincero. Tú dudas de mí sin tener razones, no es culpa de mí, así son los corazones. Soy como la miel que atrae las abejas, me disfrutarán si es que tú me dejas ya. Ay, amor, sabes que te quiero. Mi amor siempre fue sincero. Ay, amor, ay, amor, ay, amor. Oh, mi amor sincero. never wanted to.
Thank you, dancers.
This is dancers now. Let's talk about how I am going crazy. Crazy, crazy, so crazy. I am obsessed. People are obsessed. Obsessed with food. I have been so overeating. Yes.
Me too.
We're lucky we fit into these clothes. Let's talk about that. Obsessions. Well, let's take a look. To those around them, Dulce and Heath were an ordinary couple until quarantine pushed them over the edge. What was once their comfortable home became a house of horrors.
911, what's your emergency?
Hey, my chocolate! All of my chocolate! I bought it on account we was quarantined. What am I gonna do?
Ma'am,
What am I gonna do?
ma'am, I need you to calm down. Did you say chocolate?
Yes, he ate it. All of it. Please hurry, please hurry.
Is he with you right now?
She snapped! She snapped!
Shut up. You just shut up.
Ma'am, please stay on the line. Calling a code brown.
We found an empty wrapper. There was chocolate splattered all over. This was an act of vengeance. How much can one family bear for the love of God?
Wait, Jerry!
Huh?
Oh, God! No!
What chocolate? What have I done? What have I done?
He said he didn't like chocolate. I saw it in him. We had a family birthday party. The cake went missing. Do the math. Do the math. I guess now we know.
Can you tell us what happened, sir?
Yeah, I don't know what came over me. I'm so ashamed.
Sir, can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, she just snapped. I never seen it like that before. She snapped.
They were a nice couple. Great neighbors. Never would have suspected. No, I don't like candy. Why? What? Am I under suspicion or something? Yes. I interviewed them. It was a fascinating story. Their lives were changed forever. And then I wrote a book about it.
I'm alright. I've been clean for a week now. Sometimes I get the shakes. But I shouldn't be here. I misunderstood. This is a travesty. I was just trying to prepare for my family, and then I woke up in the middle of the night, and I caught him. He said he loved me. You can't just take a human being and sabotage
Are we on?
Relax, there's one more segment.
I'm craving chocolate. Hey, welcome back. On today's segment of Eavesdropping, we're going to be talking to Anna Alkin from Gaia Shamanism. Now, Anna is a shaman and she leads people through spiritual journeys. She led me through one, and it was a really beautiful experience. So I wanted her to bring her on to talk to you about it because I think it's really fascinating. A little bit about her. She's been a minister. She spent 4 months in silence in the Tucson desert. She accompanied a death row inmate to the end of his life, and she's led college students on a pilgrimage, which she calls the homeless plunge. I'm excited to have her with us today. So let's welcome her. Welcome, Anna. Thank you for joining us today on Eavesdropping. Can you explain what a journey is?
Sure, as best I can, right?
Or how you do a journey?
Sure, absolutely. There are, I think, many ways of slipping into this kind of altered state of consciousness. Many people are aware of kind of the paths with herbs or drugs or what have you. But there is a very simple, easy way, and it's a drum beat. And it's a pretty quick drum beat. It's like bop, 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 bop. Pretty much. See, I don't even drum because I'm terrible. I lose the track. Anyway, there's a beat that you can put on. And that drum beat seems to, for me, it just feels like it scrambles my conscious mind enough that this other part of me, the feeler, the part of me that's kind of always aware of what's going to, can step forward and give me what feels more like a dream or a vision related to the question. I journey with others. I will do it for someone if they don't want to get near it. I'll totally do it. But we usually journey together. We each have a drum beat. I give some basic instruction that your heart's intention is what draws the journey to you. Kind of like dreams. We don't usually work on trying to have a dream. We just have them. It's an innate capacity. And so I think the biggest work, Myrna, is to figure out what's your question or questions. That's the harder part. Once we've got, it right. I mean, it really is. It takes some and we talk. It's not like you're having an exam, but we talk, figure it out. But when you get into that state and your heart is kind of full with this question or questions, it just comes to you. And you have to write it all down, and you might think it's completely nuts because it can be disjointed and you don't have all the pieces. But when I'm journeying with another, we usually get parts of the puzzle that the other doesn't have. And so there's a lot of
that was cool. Yeah.
A lot of trust required for me. A lot of times I'm like, okay, I'm asking this question, and now I have an angry man in front of a bonfire holding beer, yelling at me that Alzheimer's comes from not dealing with your trauma, but I'm asking about something. And so I've learned, okay, come back to that. And sure enough, those crazy things like that one, she knew immediately who that person was. It was someone who committed suicide, and she had never gotten over his death. And he just popped in for a commercial announcement. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And so did the person journeying with me. I'm like, what is it? But when we are honest and we bring it all back, we get a bigger picture. And you start to realize no one of us has the whole answer. That's what I love about this. It's like I'm helping people. Yeah.
We've got to work together.
Yeah, and then you have the answers in you. But it also takes other
like a puzzle. You have a piece, I have a piece. We put it together. We can see what it is.
Absolutely. I just love that it's not a guru thing. It's not I've got all the answers for you. I am helpful with unpacking the journeys because I do so many, but it is just from sheer flight hours. And yeah, it's like remembering what we already knew, and that we've forgotten over the centuries. So it really is a lot of fun and quite easy.
Well,
and fun.
Easy. I think you may say that because you have a gift for it. And it wasn't that easy for me. It was at first I was uncomfortable and I didn't know what was the right question to ask or anything. I will say something that just came back to me from our journey. This is crazy, but there were bats in my journey. You had talked about a bat. I can't remember if it was a lot of bat or a bat. And right now I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah, kind of neat.
It is very neat. It is very neat.
And about bats, I'm going to say this: bats and Austin, of course, go together. They have a huge bat.
So many bats in Austin.
But bats do show up for people at times. It's not all the time, but I love it because bat medicine, they hang upside down to sleep. So there's already this different from how we see things.
Yeah.
And they make noise to find the mosquitoes, right? It's not, they can see just fine, it turns out, but they vocalize and the sound bounces back, and that's how they locate their food. So it's about coming to voice, which for a singer, I probably didn't even have this put together, perfect and an actress,
Yeah.
but it's also a nonlinear path. Like when you see them flying, we have them all over here. They are just opportunistic, and they're going to grab that mosquito and that mosquito. So it's kind of a back off on the idea that there's this whole plan you've got to have. Instead, come to voice, ask, communicate, and trust it's there in the dark, in the unknowing. And yeah, there's the COVID piece too. And so we're all being asked in a way. I think it's a great thing as a metaphor to trust a little more in the process and that we have what we need. But it's not going to look the way, securing what we need isn't going to look the same.
Right, right. How would you compare a journey with a meditation?
Very good question. Yeah, I should have brought this up. It's a good book. Because I do kind of think of it as a meditation. Instead of emptying your mind in a way, it's not like you're in your mind though either. Meditation too is kind of like letting the dust settle, the mind settle, and trying to connect with this energy and this openness and this luminosity that's already there. I think you're really just trying to remember who you are before your mind gets in there and just messes it all up. I love meditation. But journeying for me, and I do think the experience is different, and you're talking about your journey helps too. I remember your journey was so gorgeous because you were in the dark for quite a while, and you were feeling into the dark to understand it. And that is precisely what this meditation is for. It's not that it has to, what dark just means is not conscious or feeling. And so it's a feeling based meditation. It's kind of accessing the information we have like registered in our bodies all the time and in our feelings. But it's an exploration for the wisdom that's there, that our mind's like very busy. And this is more of a bat approach in the sense of, oh, and I see this, and I see that, and I see this. So the journey, so it is a busy meditation. It's not necessarily a, meditation, so I'm just trying to get rid of everything.
Right.
This kind of, but I would argue that you're more in your body. You are descending into your soma, your body, and you are exploring the wisdom that's already held there. I think anyone who's ever had like even a good massage or had big aha experiences of what's been blocking them, it's this other mind, right? It's this other part of knowing that we don't have access to when we're living from the neck up. I know I live from the neck up. So this helps me. I don't know if that's a super clarifying way.
It does, because I know for me, like meditation is very difficult because my brain's always, but with this, I didn't feel because I could let my body go. Like I let my mind go and follow the path and go where it wanted to go and follow it, as opposed to trying to get it out.
I think you nailed it exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
exactly.
that to me was, I was like, ooh, I like this better. I don't feel like I'm like, how many minutes has it been? I've got another.
I am a much better journeyer than I am a meditator.
We can talk forever.
I know, girl.
So it would be nice to have you back and have maybe our audience have some questions that you can come back, maybe even do a live Zoom recording where we have people and we can ask you questions and then go from there. That'd be fun.
That sounds totally great. I'm game for anything, girl.
Okay, yay. I'm grateful to have you and have you speak today. If anyone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
I have a website, Gaia Shamanism, and I do private sessions, but I also do a free online journey circle every week. Yeah, so people are just invited to come and try to learn and see if they like it. I'm not trying to force a lot of stuff down people's throats. And then, I have an online virtual coffee date. So people can sign up for 30 minutes to hang out and chat, and we can just vibe each other out. Because again, feelers. But I think, you just see if you have chemistry with someone or not, because that's very important.
I like that. We should have maybe had a little coffee.
Yes, we totally should, girl.
Next time. Wasn't Anna wonderful?
She was fascinating.
I love her. I'm so glad she could be on the show.
She's cool.
She is cool. And that whole segment made me think of a song that I wrote called Past Lives. And this song was inspired by a dream I had. The perfect guy came in my dream years ago. And
Still here.
I've been looking for him ever since. Ba-dum-bum. No offense. So we're going to do Past Lives. Maybe we can have a little coffee talk and we can talk about the song more in depth. Or if you want to talk about it with me, hit me up. It'll be fun. You ready? Let me set the beat for this one. Okay.
Once I held you in a dream. You were so close, oh so it seemed. My eyes were closed, but mine was not. You had a name, but I forgot. Now I search you on the streets. I think I'll know you when we meet. You're getting closer, we're still too far. One more past life, I'll know where you are. Past lives, they say it just can't happen, but I know I've seen your face before. And I seem to act out of desperation to find my happiness in this life. When you see me, will you know? Will you stay? Or will you go? Hold me closer, hold me tight. Say you'll stay and complete my life. Past lives, they say it just can't happen, but I know I've seen your face before. And I seem to act out of desperation to find my happiness in this life. Past life, past lives. I need you.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you very much, Bulldog. So I'm really sad because it's time to end the show.
I was having so much fun.
Yeah, you were. He's upstaging me here. That's a
Oh,
theatrical term. He falls back there. I have to look at him like this. I'm trying to teach him. So maybe the next show will be even more perfect. I hope you'll join us for the next show. Keep an eye out for that. And I hope you really had a good time and enjoyed it. We know it's been a difficult time for everyone. We lost the mighty Leo,
Mighty
our
Leo's gone.
17-year-old Chihuahua, passed away during this time, and it was really
Tough.
heartbreaking, and it was tough. You'll see an in memoriam we'll have after this for him. And join us after this for a live Q&A on Facebook, or just hit us up, right? Send us an email. We'll have that at the end where you can contact us if they have an idea for a segment. You have a request for a song for us to sing.
you want to sponsor us? Maybe?
We love sponsors. If you want to sponsor us, hit us up. Or if you want to be on the show.
Sure.
Sound good? All right. In the meantime, we're going to sing this last song. We wish you an abundance of health, love, and prosperity always. You want to hit it?
This tune is called New York City. Listen attitude.
Ain't got time to sing the blues. I'm here, New York City. Oh,
Light shines so bright. There's never any night in New York City. If you wanna find me, I will be in New York City. In New York City. In New York City. Because in New York. Because in New York. Because in New York. Good night. Good night.
Chocolate? I don't know those people. No, I'm here for the audition. This is not America's Got Talent. I got talent. Listen.
and help us to be wise in times when we don't know.
Damn.
Bet you weren't expecting that. Sometimes I channel these things. I don't know.
Kellen likes to lay on the front porch, listening to the cars as they go by, imagining she's riding in the front seat, with her ears blown back in a tail wagging high. She stole my heart the first time that I saw her. I knew all she needed was a chance. She licked my face and wagged her tail and said, come on, I wanna teach your heart how to sing and how to dance. And I would love a dark tree, and I do love to run. And I knew when I met you, we would get the chance to